If Trump was here, he'd be pissed. Apparently it's supposed to snow like a motherfucker here in a few minutes. But I've been hearing that all day. Waiting around. No snow, no dandruff, nothing so far. But look, over in the distance, just like when Batman had to shove Riddler up under the pole light so he can get sniped out from across the street, I can see under that pole light the first few flakes of the blizzard coming. Look, check this out, check this out. Finally, it's starting to come down. Been waiting all fucking day. It's supposed to get anywhere from 6 to 15 inches. First, I thought they were talking about what was in my pants. You're a loser. Look, I'm no NASA certified meteorologist or anything, but it is colder than a witch's titty out here. In a fucking bronze brawl, dude. I can't see the lines in the parking lot over there. Fuck, how am I gonna know where to park? Hello?
Hi, my name is Daniel with American Solar. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Jim, with American Solar. Some fuckstick's over there ripping and rocking in his car. Doing wheelie burls all over. Wheelie whippets all over the place. There he is, see him in the distance there. In the distance there, Chonder. Look at that. Come on, dude, do another one. Freezing my baguettes off out here. Here we go. Do it. There we go. Ripping and rocking, baby. That one's kind of weak, but whatever. We'll cut this out. There's some tracks over there from earlier. I was hearing it, but it didn't occur to me what it actually might be until it's too late. He was already gone. The bastard should have called me first, fucker. Come on, switch drivers out and get to going. Put your girlfriend in the driver's seat, pussy. Oh, shit. The bad effects of the blizzard are already starting. The internet's going out. Next will be the power. We'll be in here fucking picking up trash by candlelight. It's about 4 in the morning. And she's still steady falling. I was out here just a second ago before I got the camera thinking it is unbearably cold out here. However, I've been out here when it was unbearably hot. If you know from my videos, this building was getting built right before my eyes for the last several months. Then they were done, and then nothing happened. There has been zero activity back here on these two buildings. No one lives in them yet whatsoever. If I were to rent an apartment in this building, it would be so nice and quiet and beautiful. I wouldn't have to hear anybody banging about, and I wouldn't hear anybody stomping up and down the steps, screaming out in the common areas like all my neighbors do. One of my neighbors decks their dog out in jackets that say service, just to take the dog out to take a shit. Oh my God, don't pet my dog. It's service for me. It helps maintain my stress. So I like to pretend this animal is my pacifier. This animal is my passy. Even though if you've ever owned a dog, you probably know that an animal such as a dog gives you a shit ton of stress rather than a pacifier from your stress. – Not necessarily the soothing stress reliever we all wish they were. Unless it gets old and mature and loses interest in chewing up all your shit and shitting on your rugs and humping your leg and all that. But if I ever had a dog who lost interest in humping my leg, I think I would get offended. But anyways, I'm starting to shiver. Probably because it's 11 degrees out here. She's still steady falling. Look at the street lamp. About 6 a.m. now. I'm not really sure why I'm still up. Thought I'd come out and check Snowmageddon again. Every time I come out here, I'm super tempted to just piss right here on this balcony and let it just trickle down into the neighbors' balconies. However, of course I don't. Because I don't want Mothman to show up and see my cock. You know, at any moment he could be right over there on the rooftop. And I think, this just occurred to me, I think the reason why I have that urge every time I come out here is because when I had private property that I owned, when I lived in a house and no one could see me for the most part, I would almost always just whip it out and start pissing the way God intended, out in the open air. And if you do it high off of something like this, or off my front porch or back porch, then the splashies can't come back up to you because you're standing up too high. Even your feet are up higher than the splashies can get, at least up here. So I think on my last day, I'll go ahead and water that tree down there. We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. Maintenance chick was shoveling off the walkway outside my apartment. And I said, hi. And she said, So I said, think it'll snow today? I should have said, you think the groundhog will see its shadow today? Out here on a rescue mission trying to find survivors, dude. I got a light in case I need to look inside their butthole. I can see if they got anything inside there. Get that out of your butthole. Fucking come on, shut up there. Fucking ruining my video. Anyways, we're here in restricted access space. Not allowed to be back here because these apartments ain't got done rented out yet, but that's alright, shit. So, if I were to rent this apartment, this would be my view. A view of the woods and a view of this wall. And the ash and pee and butt crumbs would be raining down on my head every day when I went out on my patio. But because you're on the bottom floor, you could leave a little bowl of milk and cookies out for the local kitty cats and the raccoons and all that shit. Alright, let's get back on with our day. Whoever was out here whipping willy doos gave me a walking trail. It goes from like 7 inches of snow down to 3 if you walk right on the tire impression. I just stepped in a snowdrift clear up to my knee. See that building back there? Believe it or not, that is one contiguous building, and that's only one side of it. It's like half of a pentagon when you look at the wings that jet out on the other side. But anyway, I went in there to look at a unit and have somebody look at my unit. And yeah, it was empty as shit. It felt like something from The Shining. It was creepy. That's the largest, longest residential building in town, and probably the biggest building, period. Not the biggest piece of property. That most likely would belong to the airport. However, the biggest building, square footage wise. Well, my feet were hurting real bad because of the cold, but now they just feel warm and fuzzy. Almost like the nerves got damaged, so I can stay out here for another couple hours now. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They sure are some trashy sons of bitches live here. Look at all this trash piled up. I was just down there a minute ago. You were with me. One time when I was a little boy, had to walk clear across Urbana, Ohio with my uncle in this weather because he wasn't allowed to legally drive a car because he's fucking falling down drunk. And it must have been all the way across town. When we finally got back to his, they were renting like a half of a house, like a duplex or something. When we finally got back, my uncle turned the bathtub water on, like room temp setting, and had me put my feet under it, because he said he didn't want the hot water to burn my skin. And since my feet were so cold, I wouldn't be able to properly tell how hot the water was. So he ran down on room temp setting, right in betwixt hot and cold, and let the water run. I had my feet up under it, and it worked. It unthawed my feet. I went from dry ice feet to regular human feet again. See, he might have been falling down drunk, who didn't know how to behave enough to keep his license, but he knew about fucking feet and frostbite and homelessness, all right? I got fucking road rash around my ankles now from that cold. Ow, yep. Best medicine for that is a couple yangers, buddy. You gotta get them cold first. Is it still snowing? I don't think it is, actually. Kind of surprising. I thought it would snow clear till the morning, like the forecast said. But that's only about the fourth time the forecast has been wrong in the last 3 days. I just look at the street lamp, and that's how I tell. If there's no snow falling under that light, then I know we have nothing to see here. It is under a level 3 snow emergency tonight. It's about 9 p right now. It's actually almost 10. Because I'm getting ready to watch Sister Wives, because I'm dedicated like that. Global warming my ass. I think it might have snowed the other day. Get shitty. We better go ahead and get some gas, so when I fly off the road and get stuck in a fucking snow drift for a couple days, at least I can run the engine and keep warm. And since I will probably be off-road when that happens, let's go ahead and load up with off-road diesel, dude. Look, dude, Mount Everest. So beautiful in person. Oh, would you look at that? The reindeers are running. Oh, look at that. Can you see them? Can you see them in the woods there? Oh, I don't know if the shot picked it up or not. Oh, look at that. Oh, look how gorgeous. Look how gorgeous the pink and the oranges. Oh, summer in the sky, winter on the ground. Oh, would you look at it? How gorgeous. It's a Christmas truck just a flashing. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, Merry Christmas, sir. I'm afraid to turn the engine off because of this nice little warm feature right here. Listen, listen. Makes my chestnuts roast on an open fire, dude. And it's so nice, but can't sit here and burn gas all day long. Got an ozone to worry about, you know what I mean? Had to get out and use my squeegee thing to scratch off the ice on the parking lot, try to find where the yellow line was, because I don't want to be, you know, trapped up in insubordination, illegal parking or something. We the people are pissed off because of all this fucking snow, dude. Went to Arbiter's. I got me a big cup, but originally the guy handed me a small cup. This manager looking dude working the window handed me a little small cup. I didn't say nothing because I thought maybe back at the speaker they didn't hear me right or something. Whatever, I don't give a fuck, you know. I normally go home and chase it with a couple brewskis anyways and shit. And
He goes, were you supposed to get a big cup? And I said, yeah, but that's okay. He's like, I thought to myself, you always get a large. I couldn't help myself. I said, not when you're involved, apparently. We both had a laugh. Then he handed me the big one. He's like, I'll never disappoint you there. Trust me. It got awkward the next night when he was plowing it. It got awkward.
20 degrees Fahrenheit and cold temperatures.
Nice.
Friday, 10 degrees and cold temperatures.
10 degrees, tropical.
Saturday, 7 degrees and cold
7
temperatures.
degrees. I'm getting out the
Sunday,
sunscreen.
16 degrees and cold temperatures. Monday, 23 degrees and snow flurries.
Hell yeah.
Tuesday, 25 degrees and cold temperatures.
Ooh, 25.
Wednesday, 24 degrees and cold temperatures.
24 degrees on Wednesday. That'd be fucking scorching. Ow, oh, hot, too hot, too hot.
Think about it in Scientological terms, okay? Get in, start your engine with your blower on 0, wait until your temperature gauge starts to come up above over the sea, all right? Then turn your blower on 2. Not like 3 or 4, but just on 2, all right? You want to give the engine a little bit more time to get warm before you pull a bunch of heat off of it, which is the only thing that heats your car is just heat off your engine. So I don't know how you pussies in electric cars do it, but hey, around these parts, we like good old American diesel, baby. It may be -6 right now, but luckily today it is warming up to still cold as fuck. Sometimes it's cold to where it's uncomfortable, and sometimes it's cold like this where if you don't get inside, you're going to die. Oh, cool. The sun's been rising for the last couple hours, but it still got colder. It went down a couple more points. It's like my fucking credit score. No matter what happens, it goes down anyways.
Remember how I was telling you this building right here has remained empty since the day it was born, which has now been like 3 months, 4 months maybe. This building was actually built after, or should I say, finished after. The frame went up after, and they both kind of got finishing together for a while. This was finished. About a month later, the final touches went on that one. And it appears the very first tenant now lives in that building over there. So there it is. On the coldest night ever, I have neighbors back here for the first time since I've lived here, which has been about a year now. I'm jealous of whoever just moved in there because right now they are enjoying such a nice, quiet, empty building, being the only resident who lives in it. Enjoy it while it lasts, motherfucker. Oh, it's so hard to stand out there because of how damn cold it is. Doesn't matter how many layers you done put on. It hurts like getting shot with a long arm AK-45, dude. All right, we done chose Chat GPT because I ran out of images for the day on Gemini. And look, I'm real good at the Googling. Look what I wrote. Generate an image of a gummy bear wearing a cape and holding an AR-15, surfing an ocean wave on the back of a great white shark. I went ahead and changed it to gummy bear just to see what it did. You ready? Here it is. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. That rocks ass, dude. Look at that. I love how Chat GPT's what made the gummy bears look, the eyes and the smile just menacing and evil. Too bad it didn't generate a little gummy bear dick on him. Or a gummy bear giny. That'd have been funny. I don't think I have enough color ink, but let's find out. I feel like I never use color when I print something out, and it still runs out. It goes from normal, red scale, to black and white. It's pretty stupid, but I love it. I would ask Google Gemini why
it's so much faster than ChatGPT on image generations. I don't want Gemini to know that ChatGPT is my side piece. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep your AIs happy. Okay? Because if your robots get mad at you, dude, it's fucking Terminator stuff will be going on. Fire ass hot chick in here at Arby's asked me if I wanted any sauces. Couldn't help it to just blurt it out. I said, yeah, I want your pussy sauce all over my face, you fine ass fast food making bitch. Well, she's calling the law, or has probably by now, so you should probably get the fuck out of here, I guess. When you order Long John Silver's hush puppies, dude, always add on onion rings. That way you have a little holder for your hush puppy when you apply the vinegar. It's only been a week and a half since that cold front came in with all that snow. And look, almost 80 degrees. Actually, it's 53 degrees out right now. This is greatly inaccurate because it is sitting in direct sunlight. But anyways, listen to the sound of all the snow melting. How you doing? This is Doug. You know him. The host with the most of Dougalo Nation. I got a show coming up here on that very stage in July. I think I might be a little bit early since there's still fucking snow on the ground. Bada bang, bada boom. Not one, but two across the nose. Ooga booga booga, it's a winter wonderland, blah blah blah. Big buildings, not impressed, don't really care about it. Kinda dopey in my personal opinion. Ooga booga booga, there's a big tree made out of glass and shit. Whatever. Press the dopey little button if you got an emergency, like I bust you in the face or something, your teeth fall out, then they'll send you over here to the circus. Ook book ka-choke goes the train. We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. Listen, I am currently drunk as fucking a skunk. Here's an update on the video you've been watching about snow and shit. Yes, it snowed like a motherfucker. And yes, the bitch has been melting down. And I thought there'd be flooding. But what's been happening is the shit's been melting. But at night, it's been refreezing, which has stopped any potentiality of flooding. I'm drunk as shit, which is why at 5:30 in the morning I ordered DoorDash. Right to my shit. So, just want to let you know that I love you. And I really wish I could play with your titties. Thanks for watching. God bless. It was cold and now it's warm. Who gives a flying fuck? So, what's the point? That's the point right there at the tip of my finger. That's the only point I can give you. Look here, check this out. We got one last bit of snow hanging on for dear life. Right next to the dog shit.